back at the Conte Forum on the campus of Boston College, where the Eagles trail Rutgers by 6 at the half. Xavier Singletary leading the way for the Eagles in the first half with 11, 5 each for Troy Bell and Kenny Walls. Remember, Bell averages 18 per game, second most in the Big East. And for Rutgers, Dahntay Jones, the 7th leading scorer in the Big East with 11, and Rashod Kent with 10, and Todd Billett with 6 points in the first half. Jeff Greer was scoreless in the first half, and up front, Kent 10.6 rebounds, outdoing the trifecta of Beerbaum, Harley, and Agbai. That was the starting forecourt for the Eagles.
That's really the differential in the first half. It's a 6-point game. And there's your spread right there. Look for more Troy Bell in the second half, and a mental mistake by Rutgers right away as Dabney dishes that ball back to Billett in the backcourt, and that's just not thinking when you get the ball to start the second half.
If you're thinking about going into coaching, you might want to reconsider after you see something like that, huh?
That'll cause you to wake up at about 2 a.m. if you can fall asleep in the first
half. Here's Bell missing. He's 2 of 8 from the floor. He's really struggling.
Taking a lot of runners, Bob. He's got to get set more, go up and shoot, and really concentrate on the rim, and try to do less floating shots. Get set and shoot that ball. He'll have better success.
Billett. Around the screen comes Jones. Tries to blow by Singletary and does. Can't finish. Long rebound. Harley goes behind the back. Here's a 3-on-1. And Beerbaum can't finish, but draws the foul from Billett. Wow. How do you miss that shot?
Well, I'll tell you how you miss it is you got to either stuff that thing or use the glass. Always telling guys, if you can, get the backboard on this one. This is a nicely run fast break by Harley. Bank this one in. He squares his shoulders up to go straight in. If you just bank it and drop it home, you're going to get the easy bucket on that one.
Was that a big decision for you on the break, whether to use the glass or to stuff?
Unless you were giving me 10 fingers to get up there for the stuff. It was an easy option. That's why I did it all. I banked it home.
You never had that indecision problem. Beerbaum with a big game Saturday against Syracuse in his first start of the season. Makes a couple of free throws here to pull his club within 4, his first 2 points of the night.
BC opens up man-to-man. They played man-to-man and 1-3-1 zone in the first half, and Rutgers is pretty much all man defense.
Greer still looking for his first points. He's the 2nd leading scorer on the year for the Scarlet Knights. Down low, Dabney spins over Beerbaum. Kent with 1 tap gets his own rebound and cleans up for his 11th and 12 points.
Got to be boxed out. He got great position, and that was the key right there. As Kent finishes off, and it's been Rutgers inside. That's been the key.
Give and go Agbai to Singletary, who draws the foul. Foul will be on Rashod Kent, his 2nd, and 2 on Rutgers this half.
You check out the weak side here. Now that's the opposite side, the side the ball's not on. See, Agbai comes over to help. That leaves Kent inside, and forget about it when he gets it in there. He's too strong as he goes up for the finish.
Xavier Singletary at the free throw line. He had 16 free throw attempts in the game against St. Francis earlier in the season. That's the 2nd most in a game by a Big East player this year, as Eugene Dabney sits down for Rutgers, replaced by Joel Salvi. Dabney has been very inconsistent in his freshman year for Rutgers, but joined the club. Most freshmen are.
I think that's one of the things that both of these coaches, Al Skinner for Boston College and Kevin Bannon for Rutgers, are dealing with. They've got some quality players, but they're young, and they've got to play through some of these mental mistakes and turnovers and off shooting at times because they just need more experience.
Salvi is a senior. Greer in traffic, so it took Greer 21.5 minutes to get on the board.
But Kent had really cleared a path inside on that one. He was just using his body.
Inside, it's Agbai and the foul. Chance for the 3-point play for the freshman from Queens Village, New York.
Now this time Agbai and Kenny Walls getting into a little bit on the bench. It's a nice entry pass, gives it to him on the baseline. He just goes right around Salvi with a good strong move, and BC needs more of that.
Foul on Salvi, his second and 3 on Rutgers this half, and following the missed free throw, a rebound for the Eagles and a fresh 35. Singletary loses the handle. Salvi out jumps everyone, and here comes Rutgers. Greer in transition, and he's fouled by Bell. First on Troy, and the first team foul on Boston College here in the second half.
There's no question in this game, if Rutgers has a chance to run with it, they've got some good team speed. That time Greer getting out there. Kevin Bannon has said to them, we want you to push the pace in this game. Get it off the boards, go with it. If you can steal it, also look for the break.
No coach in the country who has as many wins as Kevin Bannon, 320, is as young as Kevin Bannon. He's only 42 years old. This is his 18th year as a collegiate head coach.
Got right into it out of college. Successful stint at Ryder and done a nice job. And that's just not good communication between Bell and Harley with another turnover.
Kevin was the coach at Trenton State College, now called the College of New Jersey. And as we mentioned, even though Bannon's only in his third year in the Big East, only 3 of the current coaches in the Big East have more career wins than Kevin Bannon. And those 3 guys are probably all headed for the Hall of Fame, I might add.
Well, get over 500, right? A lot of W's on that streak.
Greer on the drive draws the foul. Jeff is the brother of University of Pittsburgh's Ricardo Greer, who's having a monster year at Pitt, leading rebounder in the Big East. That's foul number 3 on Beerbach.
Greer's at the line.
Bannon took his Ryder College team to back-to-back NCAA appearances before getting the job at Rutgers. And in one of those years, in 1994, they played second-seeded UConn very tough for about the first 32 minutes or so in the opening round at the Nassau Coliseum before the Huskies prevailed.
He did a nice job there. It's one of those first-round games where they put a little scare into you.
That was the same year that Boston College was also in the East and knocked off top-seeded North Carolina in the Sweet 16. Eventually got to the regional final before losing to Florida. Off the BC miss, Harley with some good hustle and a fresh 35 for the Eagles. Singletary finds Harley for the wide-open look. Rebound in traffic. Jones loses the handle. Agbai then throws it off Jones and out of bounds. Great hustle and a great heads-up play by the freshman.
See, that's the way BC was hitting the board Saturday against Syracuse. They were really going after it and just giving a team hustle. This is a great play by Agbai. Wrestles it away, throws it off Jones, and maintains possession for BC.
Off the inbound, Agbai puts it on the floor, leaves for Singletary. And Harley with great box-out position and the putback. Textbook rebound.
Get position inside. Good things can happen, as Harley shows you on that one.
BC hanging around, pulling within 6. We played 3.5 minutes, second half. Eagles 9 and 10 on the year. Rutgers 11 and 8.
That's what BC has done. Their problem has been getting over the hump in some games and getting back in front in one of these.
Following the miss by Rutgers, Singletary's rebound. Jones at 6'5", defending the 6'1" Bell. Left side, Beerbach. Rebound in the lane, pulled down by Rashod Kent. Home run pass to Jones.
Whoa! Did the two-hander in the first half, and that one had a little even Michael Jordan look to it with the one-hand stuff.
Al Skinner calls time. 16:02 to go in the second half. Rutgers 3-4 in Big East play, trying to even their conference record. 13 points for Dahntay Jones, his club up 8. On the road in conference play since entering the Big East 5 years ago. This is what their record in conference play is under Kevin Bannon. But in 5 years of the Big East, Ron, the Scarlet Knights 6-33 on the road in conference play.
It's another reason why this is a big game for them here tonight in Boston. They've lost their last 2, St. John's, Georgetown. They'd like to get this one. They've got a tough road in front of them as well. 0-3 in conference road play this year, but 2 of those 3 losses to Syracuse, now ranked 4th in the country, and St. John's, who was ranked 23rd at the time. Harley throws it away. This time we have an official timeout. 15:42 to go in the second half. Rutgers leading Al Skinner's club by 8. You're watching Big East basketball from ESPN+.
Forum as we look at the turnover department, and Rutgers has really capitalized on the BC mishaps.
They sure have, and that's been the key in this one. They've played some good defense, and they've been able to push it down and get some fast break baskets.
Agbai doing a nice job of deflecting the entry pass intended for Kent. 26 seconds left on the shot clock as we look at Al Skinner, who is a member of the University of Massachusetts Athletic Hall of Fame, terrific player at UMass. Played 5 years and professionally, both the ABA and NBA. Jones for 3. No good. Long rebound to Billett, and another opportunity for the Knights.
Now second chance points are really big, and right now Rutgers trying to take control of the backboards. BC in the zone right here.
Away from the play, we're going to get a foul call, I think, on Rashod Kent.
Yeah, I think he was trying to push his way and back his way into the goal, which he's done a couple of times tonight. And Kenny Walls, I think, went with that one and got the call.
I believe that's number 3 on Kent and 4 on Rutgers this half. So this is Bell. He's stuck on 5 points. Has not scored at all here in the second half. Wants to play give and go with Agbai. Results in the open look by Singletary, and Jeff Greer with the good rebound position on the weak side. Greer on the switch, defended by Agbai. Now there's a mismatch inside with Cotton trying to defend Kent. Instead, Greer fires from the perimeter, and here comes BC. It goes behind Agbai. Good hands to save the turnover, but they missed the golden opportunity in transition.
Good save, but not good execution because BC had the numbers that time.
Walls misses from the side. Kent ahead to Jones. Boy, they love that play, don't they? Kent looks for Jones up the floor every time.
Well, BC's got to get back there. If Bell's playing point, he's got to get back defensively, not allow the easy one.
Kent on the right. He's doubled.
Tough to take it from him. He seems to get a good grasp on it when there's traffic around.
Shot clock inside 10. Billett calls the play. Up top, Jones gets the high screen from Kent, puts it on the floor, and it's rejected by Agbai, and Jones with the putback to beat the shot clock buzzer.
Jones really did a nice job to stay with that one. There was a lot of contact on his initial drive. He didn't lose his focus. And good putback inside as BC right now down 10, Bob, with 13:30 to go. They've got to start to put a move on here because they have not been in sync offensively.
15 points for Jones, and Singletary is hammered as he goes up.
He went down hard.
Thank you. Foul on number 44.
It's Rashod Kent's 4th foul, Ron.
Yeah, not a good one, but he really did pop into him that time as Singletary made the move. So I think there's a lot of contact right there. I think that's a foul on Agbai. He gets away with it, but Jones stays with the play and gets the finish.
Kent will have to sit down, and he's replaced by Alvydas Tunis, a 6'11 senior from Vikšnė, Lithuania, who's been bothered by an Achilles tendon problem. Hasn't played in the last 2 games. Greer thought he got all ball on that attempt by Walls. Instead, Greer will be whistled for his first foul, and that's 6 on Rutgers here in the second half, and that will send Walls to the free throw line.
Kent was really starting to establish things inside for Rutgers, so not a good 4th personal foul, and an advantage for BC, I think, right now, where Tunis has had the Achilles problems. Kent was really muscling some people down low in this one. Tough to stop.
BC has shot 80% or better from the line 6 different times this year. They are a 72.3% free throw shooting team, and they're 3rd in the Big East in that department. In fact, BC ranks higher in the conference in free throw shooting than any other department.
Well, they're going to need to make the free throws, particularly in a comeback effort, to get themselves back into this one.
Todd Billett, like his older brother Jeff, wears number 22. Jeff was the point guard the 4 previous years. Both out of Christian Brothers Academy. Make their home in Middletown, New Jersey. Pina back in at the point, replacing Bell. is Greer with the shot clock at 10. Bernardo Brown back in for Rutgers. He drives. It's rejected by Agbai. The clock doesn't recycle. Knocked out of bounds by Agbai with 4 seconds left in the shot clock.
Now, if you're BC, you've played great defense to 31 seconds. You've got to bear down right here and not allow Rutgers a real good look at the hoop. For Rutgers, they've got to make it happen quickly.
To Brown. This is a 3. No good. Salvi with the rebound inside. Misses the shot. Gets the rebound again. And this time draws the foul. Tremendous hustle by Joel Salvi. Let's check some out-of-town scores courtesy of ESPN.com. Big East. West Virginia leading at Notre Dame by 9. Outside the league, 23rd ranked Vanderbilt up 9 at Georgia. Vanderbilt will play BC on Sunday. Number 12 Florida winning by 5 on the road in South Carolina. Number 12 Auburn trailing by 3 early. Number 11 Indiana with a 15-point first half lead over Penn State. And number 24 Iowa State with a 13-point lead over Kansas State. What a weekend coming up for Boston College. The Eagles will visit St. John's on Saturday afternoon. I know you'll be doing that game, Ron. Then the very next night, they play at 23rd ranked Vanderbilt. Very unusual schedule.
That's brutal because Vanderbilt, as we just saw, 23rd ranked in the country, and St. John's a very tough team. And BC in this one, a home game down 11 with 12.5 to go. They've really got to try to start making some kind of a move in this one.
Agbai with a little jump hook in the lane over Tenise.
That'll help them. We've talked about points in the paint. Agbai capable. They got to get it to him more often inside.
Billick in the lane, pulls up, uses the glass, rebounded by Cotton. Here comes BC down 9. Right side Singletary for 3, no good. Rebound by Salvi, outlet to Billick. BC gets back quickly on defense.
Pace quickens up a little bit. This has not been a game where you put points together in bunches because it's been a pretty slow tempo game most of the way.
Nice look inside. Greer to Tenise. He's fouled from behind by Agbai. I believe that will be the first on the big fella. And 3 on the Eagles this half. We mentioned what lies ahead for BC, St. John's, and Vanderbilt. Well, then 2 more games on the road. At number 7 UConn a week from tonight, and at Seton Hall, a club that's 6-2 in Big East play. That is murderer's row and all on the road.
That's why we've been stressing the importance of this one for BC at home. Al Skinner knows it. The thing about this BC team is they've been in games. They've lost 6 in a row, but they've been right in the games, unable to get themselves over the hump and get a W in one of those contests, though.
Al Skinner says we've made giant strides. You have to understand how close we are. Tenise with the free throws. Timeout. 11:52 to go. Rutgers has opened up an 11-point lead over Boston College. You're watching Big East basketball from ESPN+. To take on Ricardo Greer and the Panthers. That's Notre Dame and Pittsburgh. Sunday, February 6th at noon Eastern. Brought to you from ESPN+. Check your local listings. It's Rutgers by 11 over Boston College. That'll be a heck of a game on Sunday as Troy Murphy, leading scorer in the league. Ricardo Greer, the leading rebounder in the league. I'd pay to see that one. I don't pay to see anything.
That'd be a nice matchup, no question, huh?
Agbai misses the shot, but Tenise will be whistled for foul number 1. And that is 17 fouls on the Knights here in the second half. So
every time
Kevin Bannon's facial expression speaks volumes. They should be shooting free throws here, and they will. 1-1. So Boston College, as we mentioned, a good free throw shooting team, especially tonight. And they have an opportunity. They will have an opportunity down the stretch from the line to sink into this lead. Ron, you did the Syracuse-Boston College game the other day, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Jimmy Boeheim, after the game, had something interesting to say. He said Boston College is 10 times better than a year ago. They are active, quicker, and better.
Now, that's a positive. They played Syracuse very tough on Saturday. Hustled and got after it, and I think that's a true statement. And Al Skinner said that the results not showing it, but we're close. The record just doesn't show that we're really making some good gains here.
Full court pressure by the Eagles. Cotton whistled for his second foul. Number 4 on the club. Al Skinner is about as positive a person as you'll ever meet. He's absolutely unflappable. His team has struggled in all 3 of his years. They only won 3 games in the league last year, but you would never know by talking to him or by judging by his expressions.
Well, that's it, and I think he knows he's got young teams. He knew that he was into a rebuilding situation, and he's going to stay positive, upbeat, keep coaching this club until they turn the corner.
This is Greer, defended by Pina. Bell back in the game, so now Bell and Pina in together for the first time tonight. Shot clock inside 10. Jones juggles along the sideline. They have to make a move in a hurry, and it's stolen by Bell. Brown doesn't even try to catch it.
Now it's the easiest basket BC's received tonight, and the reason for it is they played some tough D at the other end. 1-2-2, 3-quarter court press by the Eagles.
Greer finds Salvi inside, and Pina with the steal from behind.
Nice job by Pina off the bench.
Lead is 7. Now, interestingly, down low it's Agbai. His shot almost blocked. Rebound, Cotton, no good. Tanise may have had a piece. Agbai inside, head fake. Way off on that one, rebounded by Brown. On that possession, Ron, Pina was playing the point for the Eagles, and Troy Bell was playing the off-guard spot.
Now, that might be Troy Bell's natural position, Bob. I think to get on the wing, shoot the J a little bit, and take some pressure off him with the ball handling.
Kevin Bannon calls time with 10:20 left, and his club up by 7. Kevin told me this week BC's a much improved team. Bell can take the pressure off everybody else. We need to hold him to an average night.
Now they've got to do it by playing some defense like that. Nice steal by Kenny Walls, and Troy Bell goes in with the finish. And that's the key. You got to play some good D. Jones trying to just create there with the shot clock running down. And BC needs to get more active defensively, try to get some layups, and maybe take some pressure off Bell. Let him get to the wing, see if he can get free for a couple of jump shots. He's shooting 40% from three-point land. Get it to him there.
As a matter of fact, he's shooting higher, slightly higher, from three-point range, 40%, than he is from inside the arc. He's only 39% on two-point field goal attempts. He's only had 1 3-point attempt tonight, so that might be the key number for Bell tonight. Rutgers has limited his open looks.
Yeah, they're on him like a glove, and I think when he sets from 3, he's been accurate. His two-point shot, he takes a lot of floaters, and the percentages go down on those.
Tanise juggles. Now finds Salvi on the right. Shot clock inside 10. Rutgers really struggling on their last couple of possessions. Reverses it to Jones for 3. No good, and a rebound foul on Tanise. That will be his second. And number 9 on the Scarlet Knights. We are at the Conte Forum on the campus of Boston College in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. I'm Bob Picozzi along with Ron Perry. Glad you could join us for Big East action. 9:56 remaining. Rutgers leads Boston College 51-44. On the drive in, Ron, there are really few sights prettier than the Boston College campus with snow on it.
That's a nice setting here in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. Not far from the city, but yet at the same time a very suburban tree-lined feel when you do pull into the very nice campus.
That's spoken by a Holy Cross man, that I'll tell you.
And that's a nice campus, too.
You had to pull that compliment out of him with a wrench. Billett, no good. Tipped in by the big guy, Tanise.
That was a nice tip in by Tanise. He's 6'11", and he just wasn't blocked out on that particular offensive drive.
Down low Agbai. Let's see if he tries to go on Tanise. No, kick out to Pina. And Bell playing the off-guard spot with Pina on the floor. Agbai on the floor over Tanise, who may have altered that one. Rebound Billett. Tanise is 15th in the Big East in block shots. That's pretty good because he doesn't really see that much playing time. Only averages 12 minutes per game. Kenny Walls with the finish.
Great look inside, and that gets the folks here at Conte going a little bit. It's been pretty quiet in here. That was a fine alley-oop.
Billett. Finds Jones, right side, defended by the much smaller Bell. Bell reaches in and commits his second foul. That's 5 team fouls, make it 16 fouls on the Eagles this half.
Check it out. Michael Cotton on the break. I think BC ought to look to run a little bit more. They look good when they get out and do this. Kenny Walls with the finish. And, you know, when you get out and run, you can catch the defense before they set. Let some of your athletes get out there and finish things off as Walls does on that one with the nice look from Cotton.
So Jones at the line, 3 of 4. Now 24 of his last 27 from the line. He made 11 in a row before he missed his first shot this evening. Denise sits down, replaced by Dabney. Rutgers appearing a little out of sync offensively, Ron, since Kent left with 4 fouls.
Well, I think it's allowed BC to put more pressure on the outside people without that safety valve inside for Rutgers.
So Jones misses 2 free throws.
It's unusual.
The lead 7. On the year, Jones is 73% shooter from the line entering the ball game. Cotton down low. Kick out. Pena threw it way over his head, but it was deflected by Rutgers. So 17 seconds left on the shot clock for the Eagles.
BC's got to make their push now. There's 8:17 to go in the game. They've closed the gap, which had become double figures, and if they can score here, they can close it to 5. They're going to just keep the pressure on Rutgers. And Rutgers right now kind of allowing them back into this one.
Walls to Bell on the left. The pull-up over Billick. No good. Rebound, Jeff Greer.
Bell just out of sync with that shot tonight. Quick, a little bit off balance right there.
Billick defended by Bell. Picks up the dribble up high to Jones. Inside the 8-minute mark, it's a 7-point Rutgers lead. They feed Dabney in the post. He juggles. And a whistle and a foul, perhaps Ross from behind. That will be number 2 on him. 7 on the Eagles, so that will put them over the limit. And Rutgers will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. On the year, Rutgers only a 64% shooting team from the free throw line. 3rd to last in the Big East. Dabney on the season only a 50% free throw shooter. He's 12 of 24. Front end of the
all you had to say. You know, we've got a guy in a roll. The shot tends to go off the rim, and a guy who struggled a bit. Dabney made that one look easy.
Dabney spent a year at Fort Union Military Academy in Virginia following his high school career at Woodlawn High School. He's from Birmingham, Alabama. It's a long way from Piscataway, New Jersey. Makes the free throws, and that brings us to a timeout. 7:43 to go in the ball game, and Rutgers leading Boston College by 9. Back at Boston College, only meeting of the season between Rutgers and BC. Let's take a look at the Beck's game summary. Points off turnovers. Boston College not capitalizing at the percentage that Rutgers is. Points in the paint, advantage Rutgers. A big game for Dahntay Jones and Xavier Singletary. You get 20 turnovers, you need more than 10 points, don't you?
Absolutely, and the inside work, though, has been positive for Rutgers, but Kent's out of there. Look for BC to turn the pressure up a bit. Got to score, though, to get into some pressure.
Walls, right side to Ross. Down low, Cotton over Salvi. 6 points for the senior from Detroit.
Kind of interesting with Ross at 6'8", 6'9", dishing it inside to Cotton, but it worked that time.
Down low, it's Salvi, finds Dabney inside, so a good look by Salvi, the transfer from Allegheny College, makes his home in Silver Spring, Maryland. He needed a few tickets for that Georgetown game the other day for family and friends.
A little homecoming. Well, BC right now can't afford to trade baskets.
Bell, long 3, long rebound to Greer. Rashod Kent with 4 fouls will return for Rutgers at the next stoppage. Billick to Jones. Right side, Billick. Guy Dabney inside, can't get it to him. Now Salvi lobs to Dabney. Back to Billett, defended tough by Bell. Good clock at 10.
Good defense by BC, man-to-man style. They force a turnover. And Billett just a little too quick that time. BC creating some opportunities for themselves. They've got to cash in at the offensive end as Kevin Bannon checks it out. A little bit of frustration there as he sees that turnover.
Salvi leaves as Kent returns. He left with 4 fouls. He's got 12 points. Crowd here at the Conte Forum trying to inspire their club, which is 6-5 at home this year, but just 1-3 at home in Big East play. The lone conference win was a home court win over Providence. Beerbaum fakes Kent in the air, puts it on the floor, can't finish. Rebound, and look what Singletary found. And it's Agba up and in.
Might have been Walls. That thing just didn't seem to want to go down.
Greer. Agba now with 12 points. Let's see if Rutgers tries to pound it inside to Kent, which was so successful earlier. Instead, Greer is called for traveling.
Rutgers is opening up the door for Boston College at home. Let's see if BC can take advantage on a night where Bell, real quiet outside with just 7 points, but it's been more Singletary and some combined folks inside like Agba.
Both of these clubs averaging 71 points per game. They may not get there tonight. Agba misses the shot, but follows up his own miss. He's got 14, and all of a sudden that lead is down to 5.
Talked about Agba at the beginning. He's stepping up in this one, and Kevin Bannon says, hey, we got to take a timeout and try to slow the momentum down. BC down by just 5 right now.
Turnovers suddenly hurting Rutgers. Kevin Bannon said after the Georgetown game when they turned it over 24 times, there are probably only so many ways you can turn it over, and we might have had them all.
Nice dish right there by Jonathan Beerbaum. Again, when you don't use the glass, it's a much tougher shot. Agba gets a second look at it, and he banks that one home. Tough shot when you're in between right there where you defended, but catch this now. That's a much easier shot. Bank it, kiss it right off the glass, and Agba, he is a real worker off the boards for BC.
When Agba had a dunk, as we look at what he's done first half, second half, and Agba dunked the other day against Syracuse, cut the lead to 2, but he was called for a technical foul for hanging on the rim. That turned out to be pivotal. Syracuse then went on a 5-0 run up the lead to 7, and BC never got as close as 2 the rest of the way, and Agba also eventually fouled out. Of course, the technical makes that easier to happen because it also counts as a personal. Greer for 3. Got it.
Oh, it's a big basket out of the timeout by Greer. He's been pretty quiet, but he's stepping it up now in this second half.
His first 3 of the night. He's 5th in the Big East in three-point shooting percentage. 1 for 3 tonight from behind the arc. So now the lead up to 8. Inside 5 minutes, down low Agba, and he loses the handle and is called for traveling.
It turns out to be a nice timeout by Kevin Bannon. BC closes to 5. Some good just clock management there as Al Skinner looks on, and now Rutgers, you can't run the baseline after the turnover. They move, and that's a traveling violation. So another mental mistake. After a made field goal, yes, you can run under there, but not after a violation.
That's exactly what it is, a mental mistake. Off the inbound, it's Beerbaum shoots over Salvi. Wow, what happened on that one?
Well, he's just in off the bench, but he's got to get a better look on that one. Just come up dry on it.
Way short. Didn't look like anyone got a hand on it.
Pulled the trigger. Yeah, you just see short on that one.
Salvi puts it on the floor and slams. Joel Salvi.
Salvi out of nowhere with that one, Bob. I'm looking at him saying, hey, that's a nice move. Can he get to the goal? It just goes up and stuffs it right over BC, and suddenly 10-point game again.
Right. Inside, Agba, and Kent with the quick hands knocks it loose. Last touch by Singletary. Rashod Kent leads Rutgers in steals at a big one there. Timeout, 3:56 to go. Joel Salvi and Rutgers up by 10. National Car Rental, what are you waiting for? Let's go. By Advance Auto Parts, the best part is our people. By Volkswagen, on the road of life there are passengers and there are drivers. And by Beck's, a beer apart. Let's check out our Advance Auto Parts play of the game. Advance Auto Parts, the best part is our people.
Joel Salvi with the great move against the BC defense and plays with a lot of emotion, goes in for the two-handed stuff with a great move.
Full court pressure by BC. Now they back off after Rutgers safely inbounds. Billett at 6 feet, being defended by the 6'6" Singletary. Greer on the right at 6'5", defended by the 6'1" Bell. Inside Salvi, in closer to Kent. Can't finish, but draws the foul.
Salvi with another nice play, penetrating, and I think he caught Kent a little bit by surprise, but he still was able to reel that ball in.
So Kent will go to the line where he's 2 for 2 tonight, but only 55% on the year.
Well, this is where Rutgers can really make this difficult for Boston College. If they can make their free throws, got a 10-point lead right now. They want to build on it.
Foul was on Agbai as Kent misses the first free throw. The points in the paint story for Rutgers and the three-point shooting. So they are continuing to struggle, not getting as many looks as they would like from behind the arc. That's a big part of their game, but has not been the last 2 games.
Really come up big inside, though. Oh, nice roll for Kent.
13 points for Kent. Kevin Bannon played his college basketball at St. Peter's. Then he coached at Trenton State, Ryder, and Rutgers. He's made the grand tour of the Garden State, hasn't he?
I remember him at St. Peter's back in the Holy Cross days, Bob. He was a good college player and gone on to be a terrific coach. Amazed it. He got right into it. He's been 18 years of experience. The ball's deflected.
Pulled down by Kent, who looks up the floor, and Bell picks it off. 5-on-4 advantage for BC. In the lane, no good. Rebound Agbai. Remember, Kent's got 4 fouls, so he won't even bother to contest that. Lead is 9 inside 3 minutes.
BC's going to have to score and really apply pressure because time right now is their biggest problem as Rutgers looks to work some time off the shot clock.
14 points for Agbai. Singletary knocks it loose from Jones. And what does Reggie Greenwood have here? Held ball. Possession arrow pointing toward Boston College. To get information on your favorite Big East team, go online at www.bigeast.org for all the basketball and conference news from around the Big East.
BC's got to make the most of every possession. Now, this is what you got to do when you're playing from behind. You've got to really play well. You can't turn it over. You've got to make a hoop here and put the pressure on.
Singletary starts to go, and he is fouled by Dahntay Jones. That will be the first sophomore from Steinert High School.
Free throw's important right here as Kevin Bannon looks on. He sees that turnover and then the foul, and he's saying, hey, we've got to have a way to try to put this game away on the road. He doesn't want to give BC a lot of chances down the stretch.
Singletary makes the first. And Rutgers has let a few games get away. Against Hofstra in the Holiday Festival, Rutgers was up 5 with 4 minutes left, lost by 4. Against West Virginia, they overcame an 18-point deficit, caught up, only to lose it by 2. The West Virginia club and Yellow Catlin really turning some heads, huh, Ron? 5 straight wins entering tonight's game.
They really are. They're playing Notre Dame real tough at Notre Dame's home court tonight on campus. So Yellow Catlin really getting that team to play well together.
And here's a steal at an opportune time for Singletary. Drives on Jones. Can't get it to go, but he draws foul number 2 on Dahntay Jones. So BC down 8 with a chance to pick up a couple of more points without the clock moving.
I tell you, really getting some chances to get back in. Todd Billett a little casual with that pass. And you can see Jones right there stepping underneath Singletary as he goes up to the hoop. That's a good call. He gets up and under and leans into him. That's a nice call by the officials.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Singletary has led Boston College in scoring 4 times this year. He's their leading scorer tonight, 15 points. Went to Dunbar High School, a very famous high school in Baltimore, which produced the likes of Bugsy Bogue, Reggie Williams, Reggie Lewis.
On and on. He's got a good basketball background. He's just making the front ends of these free throws. And again, under 2 minutes to go. BC is got to get those to go. And Rutgers right now has got to execute if they want to win this game on the road. Make their free throws.
Inside Kent gets the position on Agbai and finishes with the left. He's got 15 points.
Agbai should have fouled him there. Kent struggles from the line. That's a big, big basket for Rutgers. Good look inside.
Especially since Agbai is not in foul trouble, only has 1. Hits it down low. Finds Walls, and Walls lays it in, and Al Skinner with the quick timeout with 1:26 to go, and the lead at 7. We mentioned that Notre Dame West Virginia game. Let's check some other scores courtesy of ESPN.com. Notre Dame coming from behind and now leads West Virginia by 14.
Well, that's a big comeback. West Virginia was winning in the first half and could match up with Connecticut and Villanova early on, huh?
At the First Union Center in Philadelphia. Huskies with a 1-point lead. UConn will play this Boston College team a week from tonight in Hartford. Look at Al Skinner.
He's got to be saying,
the huddle.
He's got to be saying to his team right now, Bob, 126, down 7. Play some defense. Let's turn the ball over, and we've got to come right down and push it, score, and use a couple of the timeouts that we've got left.
2 timeouts left for each club. Rutgers has already committed 10 team fouls. Singletary gets a hand on it. They have to get it across in 10 seconds, and they didn't. No, they call timeout.
Well, that was done just in time by Kevin Bannon. Got to believe we were right there. The shot clock's at 25.
Right.
Just under it, huh?
Well, one of the new rule changes this year was that a coach is able to call timeout. It doesn't have to come from a player on the floor.
Saved him there, Bob.
Kevin Bannon was right within earshot of Tim Higgins.
Big time save because it was right about to be the 10-second mark.
The road ahead for the Scarlet Knights. They'll go back home to host Miami on Saturday, then at home against Seton Hall a week from tonight, then at Providence, a home game against Albany, and at Villanova. And that Miami club of Leonard Hamilton is really playing well. A win over Pitt last night, and all of a sudden the Hurricanes are 6-2 in the league.
Yes, Miami
and almost beat Kentucky the other day.
Yeah, they're playing well. Miami and Seton Hall right in there at 6-2. St. John's and UConn, Villanova not far behind. So it's pretty good balance again. But Syracuse is a team that's been unbelievable with the 8-0, 18-0 overall start this year. They've got some nice balance. One of the best Syracuse teams I've seen in terms of balance, Bob.
Well, the best start ever for any Syracuse team at 18-0. If they win next time out, they will equal UConn's 19-0 start last year, which was the best start ever by any Big East team since the conference was formed in 1979. Here's a foul on the Eagles. It will be on Cotton.
See, that's frustrating for Al Skinner. With 13 seconds to go on the shot clock, BC reaches in. At that point, you've just got to go for the stop defensively. If you're going to reach in early and give yourself, at this point, give yourself another 20 seconds to operate at the offensive end.
So Billett at the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1. Like his older brother Jeff, he is normally an outstanding free throw shooter, 82% on the year, but he misses the front end. Bell can't get it to go. Rebound, Agbai to pull within 5, and another timeout for BC. 16 points for Agbai.
He stepped it up. We talked about him, and he's just hustled off the boards. He's been getting the second chances, and this has been probably one of the more frustrating events for Troy Bell, where he just cannot seem to get it to go. Nice finish inside.
Final score.
We mentioned those Big East scores and the early score of that UConn-Villanova game. The #1 ranked UConn women's basketball team losing for the first time this season tonight at home to Tennessee, 72-71.
That's been a great rivalry between those two teams the past several years, Bob.
Well, here you have a couple of teams who do not play in the same conference, and they played twice in the regular season. It's become the #1 rivalry in the country in women's basketball, and they split those two meetings, each winning on the other team's floor.
That's what's surprising about it, because both teams get just great backing, so it's not easy to go in and get the job done.
On the inbound, BC fouls quickly, so that will send Jeff Greer to the free throw line. Greer is 4 of 5 from the line tonight. On the year, only a 56% shooter entering the ball game.
Rutgers just a 64% free throw shooting team, and this is really critical in a tight game to get these to go.
Gets the first one to fall. 6-point Rutgers lead. Greer, a member of the 1998 Big East All-Rookie team. Dahntay Jones made the All-Rookie team last year. Todd Billett certainly has a strong leg up on making it this year. He's twice been named the Big East Rookie of the Week. Man with the ball right now, Troy Bell, is a lock for the All-Rookie team. He fires up the three, back rims it, and gets it to fall.
Oh, he'll take it, though.
And BC uses what should be their final timeout with 49 seconds left, and Rutgers up by 4.
That's big. I mean, suddenly it's a 2-possession game. BC will come out with a lot of pressure, see if they can turn Rutgers over, or perhaps they'll end up sending them back to the line. You can see him floating on that one, but he gets the ball to hit the back iron, kick up, and go down. And I'll tell you, Troy Bell will definitely take it. He's defended well. I mean, Rutgers couldn't have done a lot more, but he just goes up with good spring, gets it. Final timeout for BC, and now this is it for Boston College. They've got to play good defense, and for Rutgers, you've got to execute, get the ball up the floor, and make your free throws to try to get the W on the road.
Rutgers is 20 of 26 from the line. The game reset. BC out of timeouts. Rutgers has one, which is key in case you have trouble either inbounding or getting the ball across the midcourt line. They needed to use a timeout in that situation earlier. This is Billett in the backcourt. And Walls with the reach-in foul. So Billett will go to the free throw line. Jeff Billett, entering the ball game, had 84 assists on the year. He's unofficially has one more tonight. That is a Rutgers record for a freshman, and he broke the record set previously by his older brother Jeff. They even wear the same number 22, Billett. They didn't have to bother sending that to the seamstress to redo the name.
Played a solid floor game. He's got a nice rotation on his shot, and he's very solid out there at point guard. And as he gets more and more experience, Todd Billett is going to be very tough to handle for the opposition, and a good, real big asset for the Rutgers team getting the ball around. For BC now, down 5, Bob. Even if this goes, it's still a 2-possession game. You've got to be conscious of getting a 3-point look. It's still early enough to get the deuce, but if it's there, take the 3.
Only stop the clock by fouling. No more timeouts. Walls for 3, hits the side of the backboard. And now they will have to foul. Down 6 with 37 seconds left. So you go for the steal, and if you don't get it, you got to foul, right?
Absolutely. I thought Walls was quick with that one.
Singletary does indeed foul Leonardo Brown, who was a perfect 8 for 8 from the line down the stretch against Villanova.
Walls has got to get that ball. There's still 40 seconds on the clock, and reverse it. We've got to get a better look than that off the side of the board. And for BC, this is where they've had their problems. They've been in games, they've been close, they come back, but they just fall short because of the inability to execute down the stretch. But the problem is, if you're playing from behind, you don't leave yourself much margin for error when you're trying to come back.
Rutgers has attempted 119 more free throws this year than their opponents. Brown is 1 of 2, so the lead is 7 with 36 seconds to go.
Eagles can't stop the clock either, so they've just got to score and then put the press on.
Does score down the lane. Clock stops after the made shot, and quickly Singletary fouls with 29 seconds left and a 5-point lead. We are at the Conte Forum on the campus of Boston College in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. I'm Bob Picozzi, along with Ron Perry. 29.2 seconds to go. Rutgers 70, Boston College 65. Billett at the line to shoot 2. Both teams are in the double bonus, and Xavier Singletary has just fouled out. He scored 15 points. Second high leading scorer on the team tonight, 16 for Agbai. And Billett with a chance to pound a few more nails in the coffin.
I thought Singletary came out more offensive minded. Didn't get as many good looks in the second half. He had a bigger offensive ball game in the first half, but certainly once again there with the double figure night. And I think in this game for Rutgers, just better balance, Bob. They're getting points and distribution from more people. They've got a few more answers. They're a good-looking young team, and I think Kent inside during parts of this game was tough to stop for BC inside.
Billett with a couple of free throws. That makes it a 7-point lead. He's got 10. Bell, 10 points tonight. Throws up the long three and parries it.
Now he can hit that shot. He's just had trouble getting it off tonight.
So the lead is 4, and Rutgers make sure they get the ball into the hands of Billett, their best free throw shooter. And BC cannot be selective at this point. They have to foul whomever has the ball.
That's a good strategy. Rutgers gets it to Billett, and have a point guard that can shoot the free throws the way he does. That's a real asset down the stretch. These are tough shots right there. I mean, that's just an athletic shot by Bell. Unfortunately for BC, a little, too late, but he can go up over people, very athletic.
It's the first. Billett scored 31 points against Notre Dame. That is the most points by a Rutgers freshman in Big East play. And ties Rob Hodgson's school record for the most points by any Rutgers player in Big East play.
Got a nice stroke from the line, good rhythm. He'll be a zone buster if anyone tries to play a zone against Rutgers. We saw a little bit tonight, but he can really fire.
Lead is 6. Harley with the runner in the lane, cuts it to 4 with 10 seconds left. Clock is stopped as the ball was knocked loose before Billett had a chance to inbound.
Now BC doing everything they can. I mean, one thing about Al Skinner's teams is they do not stop playing. They keep going after you. And here's Billett again.
Harley fouls Billett. Billett passed the ball while out of bounds to Jones, which you're allowed to do along the baseline, and then
after a made field goal,
right, and then received the inbound pass himself, forcing the Eagles to foul him again. So Billett is 6 of 7 from the line tonight.
He's going to pick up about 10 points here in the last minute, Bob, going to the line and helping ice this game for Rutgers.
So now the lead is 5 with 8.6 seconds to go. As Rutgers looks for its first Big East win on the road this season.
Now those are free throws well done by Todd Billett, and BC is just going to run out of time in this one.
Harley lays it up and in uncontested. Now the inbound pass to Greer, who's all alone and will go in for the exclamation point. And that'll do it. So Rutgers comes into the Conte Forum and escapes with a 78-72 win. Let's see if that's the sort of win, Ron, that can turn things around for Kevin Bannon's club.
Well, it's a big win on the road. Their first road victory in Big East play. It gets them even at 4-4. A big win, and for BC, they've just got to stay together and play with confidence and play hard. They've got a tough road schedule ahead.
7th straight loss for BC, who falls to 1-7 in the league, 9-11 overall. Rutgers 12-8 overall, 4-4 in the league. For Ron Perry, I'm Bob Picozzi. Thanks so much for joining us, and we bid you so long from the Conte Forum in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, where Rutgers has defeated Boston College 78-72.